A few weeks ago, I was doing one of my favorite things, and that's procrastinating from playing guitar and getting better by reading about guitars. I came across some interesting stuff about the way the original or the early telecasters were wired, the broadcaster and the Nocaster. And I'm not like a guitar historian, so I am going to miss some of the details on the minutia of those guitars or what was wired when. But I decided to try the Nocaster, or maybe it's the broadcaster wiring. So I decided to break out the soldering gun, soldering iron, and try it out on my own guitar. So in a couple minutes, I'm going to give you a demo of what that wiring sounds like and what the options are for the different tones with that original style wiring. So it's debatable which one I picked. I know that when I did it, I left something out of the wiring, a resistor or something. But let's talk about what this wiring is. So first thing you'll notice, this is not a real Telecaster. This is a knockoff Telecaster. And this is a special guitar to me because this was my first electric guitar. My grandpa picked it out for me, so I've had it since around middle school. It has been various iterations of colors and accessories and things like that. But this has been my main guitar for a long time. Even though it's not a real Telecaster, it is a fairly decent guitar, does all the same things. So I decided to use this to try out that wiring. So what is the broadcaster or Nocaster wiring? So to explain a little bit about what that wiring is. So Teles have a three-way switch on them. Generally, when it's down like this, it's the bridge. In the middle, you have both pickups. And then in the top, you have the neck pickup. And the neck pickup is kind of that warmer tone. The bridge pickup is that very twangier, much more country tone. So if you're going to wire up the Nocaster or broadcaster wiring, what that does is in the bridge position, I get these things mixed up. But anyway, in the lower position here, which is typically the bridge, it's a blend, so there's no tone knob on the Nocaster style wiring. You end up with a blend, so what was the tone knob is a blend knob, and it mixes in the neck pickup. So wherever I have this set, when I move that down to what's typically the bridge position, it will bring in the neck at whatever mix I've set this at. And then when you go to the middle position, that's when you have just the neck pickup. And then when you flip up here, it takes you to the neck pickup, but what's typically the tone cap that rolls the tone off, it just has that cap on that switch and all the tone is rolled off the neck. So you get this really warm neck sound. Down here in the middle, you have just the neck. Down here, you have bridge with the blend. Now, why would guitars be wired up like that? From what I understand, when the Telecaster came out originally, so this was before rock and roll was a thing, and I think from what I understand, it was before we even had electric bass. So the bass wasn't very loud, and a lot of times what the guitar player on a Tele was doing was doubling the bass. So when you put it in this neck position and it rolls off all the tone, you just get really low, not a lot of definition. So it kind of can sit in the background while other instruments are taking the lead or other instruments need to be heard more. So that's a little about the history. So let's make some noise with this thing, and I will demonstrate what these sounds are. And I'll try to talk through what I'm doing in case the switch gets below this little desk I have. But a little explanation on the tone that I have for this. Whenever I play, I like to have a not so clean tone, a sort of middle of the road, kind of overdriven tone, so that when I play hard, it sounds overdriven, but when I play light, it cleans up. Or you can do the thing where you roll back the volume knob and you get a cleaner sound. That's typically how I like to play. And then if I need a really dirty or like a lead sound, I'll put a clean boost or a pedal to push it over the edge for that just little bit. So the one thing that I really like about this is that when you blend this, blend the neck in with the bridge in this position, it's almost like having a clean boost. So I'll demonstrate some of that. I'm using a Fender-ish clean tone, a little, well, I wouldn't say clean. It's just what I said. A Fender-ish sort of middle of the road tone. So you'll hear some of the different tones you can get out once I play. So I'm going to start in the bridge position, and I can already tell that neck pickup is in there because I need to do a little bit more work to this wiring. So I'm going to do a second iteration, which I'll make a video of. But my pot is not great. It's a little scratchy, and sometimes even down all the way, it's still doing both pickups. So I need to do a little work on it, but let's find out what's happening there. Okay, there's our regular bridge tone. So this is kind of your regular rhythm, twangy country. So like. So you get that basic kind of country or rock and roll kind of tone out of that. But then when you dial in this, so here it is without the blend. And then once I blend that in, you get a lot more bite out of that. So then when you move to that neck pickup sound, this is your typical. And it's really great for kind of this finger style, nice, warm, a little bit jazzy. But if you go to that neck pickup, or the neck position, and it rolls off that tone, then you've got this. So you can kind of see how this fit older style, like pre-50s. This is a very kind of like jazzy background rhythm sort of thing. My son plays guitar in jazz band at school, and a lot of the stuff he plays is very much just like. It's kind of those sort of rhythms where he needs to be in the background while other instruments take the lead, and then you can hit that middle selection and get that tone back and then have more of a lead sound. So. And the great thing about this, and this is the thing that I like, is that if I have this dialed up, so let's say I'm playing a rhythm on that middle position and I go down to the bridge, it's sort of like that clean boost. So I'll demonstrate that. was some bad playing, but you get the point. So here we are on that neck position again. So as you can see, there's a lot of variation in tones that you can get out, especially with that bridge pickup. So that is the Nocaster or broadcaster or whatever wiring you think that is. Some of you that know more about guitar history can tell me in the comments what kind of wiring I actually have. There's a lot of variations in the way that these guitars were wired up through the years, and I think it's kind of interesting and fun to experiment with it. If you got a guitar and you want to try it out, it's not too hard to spend an evening messing with electronics. If you're not afraid to mess something up, then you won't mess something up. But I would say if you have a nice guitar that may be worth something, maybe don't do it to that. But the cool thing is that a lot of times you can buy just this section already pre-wired. So you can just pull your old one out, pop one in if you want to experiment. So what's the next step with this? Well, I am going to modify it because after playing it this way, for one, I got some scratchy pots and electronics that are not working correctly. And because this is a knockoff Strat, some of the electronics didn't make a lot of sense. This is not a standard switch. There were no diagrams that matched it. So I'm going to put a 4-way switch and I'm going to do some custom wiring that fits the way that I like to play and redo some stuff on this. So stay tuned for that in another video. And then also just tell me, what's your favorite way to wire up a Strat? What do you like to play? What pickup, neck, bridge, whatever selections you like? How do you like these things set up? Let me know and I can make some more stuff about it. So thanks for watching.